Breaking news, Sussex Squad. Duchess Meghan has just been seen at the Balenciaga show. Are you freaking out? I'm freaking out. She managed to somehow sneak into Paris completely and utterly undetected. No leaks. She looks absolutely divine. I've been hoping for the longest time that she goes back to her fashion show days. That's what she was doing in her pre-royal life. And I hate that she didn't really get to do that during her time in the royal family. This is who Meghan's always been. She's always been in with the fashion crowd, with the business crowd. It's just a continuation of who she was before. And she looks fantastic. This is high fashion. This is demure. This is mindful. It stands out. It's regal. It's amazing. Simple, minimalist, and still super glam. There's just so many descriptives that I could use to describe how incredible this is. Like, wow. You just know that there are plates breaking in the palace right now. There are plates breaking in, the halls of Fleet Street. The tabloids, they must be absolutely fuming. They were concentrating on nonsense stories about Harry and Charles and reconciliation. William just did this TV interview that nobody's really paying attention to. He's talking about I like to sleep or something like that. And here's Meghan in Paris. Oh, and we haven't even got to the best part yet. She crossed paths with Anna Wintour.
Oh, how are you? Nice to see you. Everything's great. Fast. Puppy. Beautiful Sherry. Looks amazing.
I just know that we're going to get that Vogue cover. I know Anna's no longer creative director, but she's still in charge of parts of Condé Nast, so we're getting that American Vogue cover. It's coming. I know it is. Be patient, girlies. I mean, this lady just can't take a bad photo. Hello? Hello?
When Meghan Sussex stepped into Paris Fashion Week on Saturday, it wasn't just an appearance, it was an announcement. A silent but seismic statement that the Duchess of Sussex has entered a new era of power, purpose, and influence. The crowd didn't just see Meghan, they felt her. And within minutes, her Balenciaga knife-pointed toe pumps, sleek, black, sculptural perfection, vanished from the internet faster than any limited edition sneaker drop. Sold out. Worldwide. Gone. That's not just fashion. That's the Meghan effect in real time. For years, her critics have tried to diminish her power, claiming that Meghan's influence faded when she left royal life. But this moment proved, yet again, that Meghan doesn't need a palace to command the world's attention. All she needs is authenticity, grace, and a killer pair of heels. And these weren't just any heels. The Balenciaga knife-pointed toe pump, a piece of wearable architecture, sharp and feminine, sophisticated yet daring, became a symbol of Meghan's evolution. The Duchess, who once had to conform to outdated royal dress codes, now walks her own runway, in her own time, on her own terms. What makes this even more powerful is the context. Meghan was in Paris to support Pierpaolo Piccioli, the visionary designer who just made his debut as Balenciaga's new creative director. According to Meghan's spokesperson, the Duchess has admired Pierpaolo's artistry for years. They've collaborated on some of her most iconic looks, the ones that made global headlines not because of a title, but because of her presence. The craftsmanship, the elegance, the understated power. It's everything Meghan represents. Her appearance wasn't random. It was loyalty, friendship, and art all woven into one unforgettable moment. And yet, what happened next told the real story. Within minutes of her arrival, social media lit up. Fashion insiders couldn't stop talking about Meghan's sleek black ensemble, minimalist but impossibly striking. It wasn't loud, it didn't scream for attention, it whispered elegance, it murmured confidence, and the world listened. Fans around the world flooded Balenciaga's website. Within minutes, her exact knife-pointed toe pumps, retailing for $754.98 on Satire after an original $1,300 tag, sold out across major retailers. Every size, every color variation, gone. Because when Meghan wears something, it isn't just fashion, it's movement, it's energy, it's impact. The Meghan effect isn't just about clothing, it's about connection. The same way Diana could make a sweater sell out overnight, Meghan channels that same aura, the blend of relatability and aspiration that makes people want to emulate her. But unlike her critics in the UK tabloids, the same tired voices who call her irrelevant, the fashion world knows the truth. Meghan doesn't chase trends, she creates them. She doesn't need a royal title to validate her style. The public has already voted with their wallets. And let's talk about those critics for a moment. The ones who love to say Meghan is trying too hard or copying. Copying who, exactly? Because, if anyone's paying attention, Meghan's aesthetic has been consistent since her Suits days. Clean silhouettes, structured tailoring, refined minimalism, monochromatic tones, and, just a hint of Hollywood confidence. She isn't chasing anyone's approval. She's, defining modern elegance for a generation of women who know they can be strong and soft, ambitious and graceful, all at once. These Balenciaga pumps weren't about vanity. They were honestly a visual metaphor for who Meghan is: sharp, balanced, purposeful, and unapologetically herself. What the world witnessed at Paris Fashion Week wasn't a celebrity sighting, it was in fact cultural restoration. So, Meghan walking into that Balenciaga show wasn't about proving anything. It was honestly about reminding everyone who she's always been. A woman who elevates art, who values friendship, and who, moves with substance and style kind of intertwined. Pier Paolo Piccioli's debut as creative director was already one of the most anticipated moments in fashion, and Meghan's presence, well, it just amplified it with emotional resonance. Her support wasn't performative, it was personal. It was her way of saying, hey, real power doesn't compete, it collaborates. The media just can't stand that. They've spent years trying to turn Meghan into a caricature, the diva Duchess, the attention seeker, the outsider. But what they never understood is that Meghan doesn't need to seek attention. Attention seeks her. Because honestly, authenticity is magnetic. Because when a woman walks in her truth, the world notices, even if the establishment pretends not to. That's why those Balenciaga pumps sold out. Not because Meghan forced it, but because she, embodied it. Every woman watching saw a reflection of herself, the version that refuses to shrink, that dresses not for the male gaze but for her own power. Let's be real. Meghan Sussex has redefined what royal elegance looks like. Gone are the frilly coats and stiff hats designed to maintain tradition. In their place architectural heels, tailored lines, and a modern simplicity that speaks louder than diamonds. This is fashion with intention. Every look she wears tells a story of evolution, from actress to duchess to global icon. Her Paris moment was about partnership, artistry, and friendship, not palace politics. And that's exactly why it resonated. The Meghan effect extends beyond wardrobes and web traffic. It's psychological, it's emotional, it's aspirational. When women see Meghan at Paris Fashion Week, supporting a creative director she genuinely believes in, they see empowerment in action. They see a woman who refused to be caged by an outdated institution, who faced relentless abuse from the British media, and still came out glowing, radiant, calm, unbothered, and stylishly unstoppable. Those pumps? They're more than just footwear. They're really a declaration of arrival, a reminder that Meghan walks her own path, and honestly, the world follows. Even fashion commentators noticed how the entire energy in that Balenciaga venue, totally shifted when Meghan entered. Cameras subtly redirected, the murmurs grew, the applause just felt deeper. Because, love her or hate her, Meghan commands presence. That's what real star power looks like. And when that power is, well, paired with integrity, empathy, and artistry, you get something even the monarchy can't manufacture. Cultural immortality. And the best part? Meghan doesn't gloat. She doesn't rush to Instagram to boast about her influence. She simply moves, gracefully, purposefully, and the world reacts. The people who mock her forget that for every hateful headline, there are millions of supporters who see right through the noise. People who buy the products she wears, not because they want to copy Meghan, but because she gives them permission to express their own confidence unapologetically. Pierpaolo Piccioli's creative direction at Balenciaga represents rebirth, a merging of Italian romance with French precision. And who better to embody that than Meghan Sussex? Her support for Pierpaolo isn't transactional, it's testament. A decade of mutual admiration, creativity, and respect that culminated in that powerful Paris night. When her spokesperson said, she has long admired his craftsmanship and modern elegance, that wasn't PR fluff, it was fact. Meghan has consistently celebrated artistry that tells a story, not just sells a product. That's why designers love her, because she wears clothes that mean something. So, let's give credit where it's due. Meghan's Balenciaga knife-pointed toe pumps didn't just sell out, they, shattered an illusion. The illusion that Meghan's influence was limited to her royal chapter. That illusion is gone. The Duchess of Sussex is no longer just a public figure. She's a global brand, a cultural signal, a style language of her own. The sellout wasn't coincidence, it was confirmation. And here's